everyone, it's part 2 of our lovely Jessie Lee and Colleen being evil and teaming up to debunk us. So let's get into it because, oh my god, I can't believe how much stuff they had. Oi.
The level of compassion I have for people who are that venomous and they think they're saving the world in anything, whether it's anti-MLM or it's anti-whatever, Joe Rogan, or it's anti-anything. I'm like, who do you think you're saving? Because you're saving nobody. No, you're literally saving nobody. And I just think it's so toxic. And I said this, and I'm telling you, I'm calling it publicly now because we've got 500 here. I've got hundreds here. The podcast, God knows, that's huge. And then 50 over here. I'll tell you right now, I called something out the other day, and I know it will. I know what's going to change. I made a point, and I know you saw it because you commented to me about this. You are horrifically anti-women in this movement in particular. Horrifically, like. The level of women hating women in the anti-MLM movement is stunning to me. And if you would like to say that I'm wrong, I would like to respectfully ask you, where are the videos about the men? Because if you want to talk about the network marketing, now there will be men videos. I'm calling it right now. They're going to start making anti-men videos in MLM just to be like, no, see?
I have videos on men. Oh my god, have you not watched? I mean, Isabella Lanter just released that one video on that dude from iGenius. Oh my god, do you not watch Coffeezilla? Okay, listen. The anti-MLM movement is much bigger than, the handful of female creators you probably see. You got you got Coffeezilla, Spencer Cornelia, Tom Nash. I don't think Tom Nash actually has talked about MLMs, but I started watching him because he was, exposing online gurus and stuff like that. But, there are tons of males who cover males as well. But what's funny is I find that women are more into the product-based MLMs, where men are more into the idea-based MLMs. But, I mean, and a lot of them right now seem to be crypto and everything, and I don't trust crypto. I want to trust crypto, but I don't trust crypto because most of it is nothing more than pump-and-dump schemes. As much as I want to, but yeah. And I don't even understand NFTs. I understand the concept, but I don't understand why. It holds no value to me. So, yeah. But there are men who cover more of the males on, the MLMs. And I have covered some men. I mean, I've done the MLM Valentine's Day couples. Come on! Oh, God. And there are other men who are on my radar who I haven't made. It's just, there's more women in MLMs than there are men as well. I think I read that in the AARP, 40% are men, maybe even less than that. So, of course, we're going to see more women getting, the spotlight for shady practices. And gender is irrelevant to me at this point. You got a shady practice, you got a shady practice. Fuck. Trust me, I don't hate on women. Up to the point where I'm I don't need God or Jesus, because I'm I don't need a man, I don't need you. Fuck you, man. I'm an atheist, but that's just how I see it. I'm why are you, thanking a man for everything? That's the kind of feminist I am. I am very, I could do it. Pro women. Let's get on with this before I just go on rambles.
I can talk about him too. It's too late. I just called you out on your BS, you BSer. Right. Okay, but they'll come out now though. Like, they'll leave that little soundbite out of this. That'll get edited out. But it's okay. We got the recording. I know it's the truth, but here's the real truth. Network marketing is dramatically female-centric. I believe it's 76% women, if my statistics are correct. Mostly women. Now, women are natural sellers. 80% of purchases made in a household are decided upon by women. Women shop, women sell, women buy. It is very natural.
Women do all the shopping and all the stuff because it's still what we've done from like the previous years before, being the housewife and having to take care of everything. Don't make it so difficult. Oh my God.
Because we are talkers. This is all the way the female brain works compared to the male brain. Okay? If you can look up science studies, all right? It's dangerous when you offend a smart woman, right? So anyway, all right. So 76% of women, if you look at the businesses where men are making a lot of money, because it is true, at the top, there are a lot of men. Mm-hmm. A lot, okay? I'm on every single stage, every single time, all of them, surrounded by men with these gigantic checks. You look at the Network Marketing Hall of Fame, the $1 million a year earners, it's man, woman, man, woman, man, tons of men. Mm-hmm. Men, I will tell you, are the ones who solely recruit. Men. Yup. Men are the ones, it's their nature to be very, very boom, instant driven, action driven, get the result, be done. Mm-hmm. Okay? They're recruiting however many legs they need, whether that's 2 or 3, generally speaking. They'll get 2 recruits, 3 recruits. They'll stack whatever they need to stack. And the women are the ones building ethically under them with customers, with team members, running calls, nurturing, running.
So basically a bunch of women underneath a man are making the man look good. We're back to the feminist thing here with me. So we're just making a man look good. Will you leave Trotsky alone? We're just here to make a man look good. God, I hate that mentality. Women, you're not here just for a man.
Incentive contests, doing all of the nurturing work, and you damn right it's a man. So I will tell you, I very intentionally joined only a woman when I chose my upline for this company. Absolutely only joined a woman. Yeah. Okay? And for the record, because people go, oh, you can never out-earn an upline. Yeah, you can. I dramatically out.
You can actually out-earn your upline. It's called a breakaway system. I will be diving into how those all work in a later video. I'm doing a really big deep dive, so...
Earn an absolute living legend in network marketing. So thank you. Take a seat. I'm just trying to debunk all their little stupid rumors, right? So I'm telling you that because if you want to attack people and you want to attack the model, do not attack the housewife who wants to make $100 a month and save $100 a month for a year and buy herself a Neverfull bag because she's never had a Louis Vuitton. Do not attack the student who is drowning in debt because for whatever reason our government does not get rid of student loans. Okay, we do not forgive student loan debt. It's written into our laws. Okay, who wants to pay off their student loans? How dare you? How dare you? Disgusting. And why don't you actually ask them their customer numbers? Because it's amazing. Oh, well, they order their product underneath of a customer account. Okay, so that's one customer. That's one customer. Okay, so what about the other thousands and thousands or hundreds and...
Well, that's the thing. I would love to actually see what the actual customers are. It seems always a little blurry there, what are the reps and what are the customers. I would love to actually see reps, physically write down even, customer sales that were just home sales and just cash sales, I sold to this person, and handed into the company to keep actual track of customer sales versus rep sales. I'm not sure if I'm making any sense here, but that would then show how everything's more, you are the customer.
Hundreds or dozens and dozens of customers they have. If that's one customer that woman has, to yes, get another source of income from her business, and now she has, you're just ignoring the hundreds of other customers? Because that doesn't make sense to me. And if you're worried about a sustainable business model, also doesn't make sense to me. Because I was terminated, very open about this. I was terminated wrongfully from my first ever network marketing company. Okay? I sued that company, for anybody who's wondering what happened. I won. I got paid. Okay?
I thought she got sued by them and they settled out of court. I could be wrong. Also, I think she slept with somebody in that company as well, so shouldn't be mixing sex with business unless your business is pornography. And even then, you know, there's business sex and real sex.
I got paid in arbitration, right? That's just the fact. It's all, I think that's public knowledge I got paid. So I think I'm allowed to say that now. If I didn't, whoops, sorry. Whatever, okay? So I got terminated, sued them, got paid. Mm-hmm. That business, because I built it with customers, relationships, real people, that business is still thriving even though I'm not there. Yep. Because I build real businesses. And so when I look at the customer ratio compared to the recruiting ratio in my business and a lot of women's businesses, I know you're in a business that also retails incredible products as well. There's way more customers. Way. And women are not natural recruiters. They are natural gatherers. Mm-hmm. So we have huge customer pods because we are natural sharers. And I want you to talk about this because this is one of my favorite posts you ever made. And I turned it into a reel. You were talking about, you think it's odd that people will share their whatever, and that's fine. You know which one I'm talking about. So why don't you just take over on this one because it's like my favorite.
They'll share, oh no, which one was it? They'll share the like Amazon link, but not their, or they think it's, I can't.
You were like, you'll share your favorite Peloton instructor loudly and you won't get paid. Oh, and you'll share your you'll share your Amazon links and whatever, and you guys celebrate that. Drop the link.
Send me the link. Where'd you get that? Can you send me the link? It's literally the same thing. And like people, yeah, you'll share your Wordle, you'll share your Starbucks, you'll talk about Bridgerton, you'll share your Amazon link. I say it all the time because it's whatever I'm seeing all over my Instagram. It's like, really, people are like getting mad about what we do, but it's like we've publicly aligned with a company, a brand, whatever, and people, they literally all do it all day, every day, and I just cannot comprehend.
You can do the same thing as an influencer, and some people just want to share their life. You know? They don't expect to get paid for it. I am sick and tired of almost every single MLM rep using that. Well, you already get this, and you should be paid for this. Oh, look how many restaurants, I helped. I should be compensated with a free appy platter. Grow the fuck up. You don't need to get paid for everything. I mean, get paid for the stuff you're going to get paid for. And if you want to make an actual thing out of recommending stuff, you figure out how to do affiliate programs.
And like, what is wrong with selling and getting a kickback from selling? If
that's all it is.
Anyone, any MLM hater, anybody, if you liked a product, I guarantee you've recommended it to somebody else. And if this company that you love so much says, hey, I'll give you a 10, 15, 20% or kickback off of everything you sell with this link, nobody would say no. Because it would be stupid to say no. Everyone wants and could use extra money. Everyone does it. And some of us are smart enough to get paid for it.
That's the mic drop right there. All of us do it. Some of us are smart enough to get paid for it.
And like with you, when you going on about what you were just talking about, I said a while ago, like if network marketing was a male-dominated industry, like the critics wouldn't be anywhere. But you have the men are at the top, so you're not seeing the men. You're seeing the women do all the work and relationship building. They're like shitting on it. If it was all men doing it, you wouldn't see the same type of criticism. And it's so anti-women. It's sick.
Yeah, that's why I chose network marketing. And I've been talking about this a lot lately because it's stunning to me.
You want a pro-women business and be in a pro-women business? Go into porn. You'd be surprised. Men are the number one buyers, but there is so much more sisterhood in individual, pornography makers. This is my own experience, of course. But my best friend, I still talk to her. And I haven't seen her in a couple of years. She hasn't made it back up to Canada. She lives in Nicaragua. She's still doing it. And I love her to pieces. You can find sisterhood, there. Not saying that you should, but if you want to, it's awesome. It's fun. I'll shut up now.
It's stunning to me. I just don't understand. I chose network marketing because you could not tell me how much I should earn. I get paid. They're not going to like this. Guys, you get paid for the exact amount of work you do. Period. Whether you like that truth or not,
yup,
you get paid for the exact amount of work you do.
Then it's like, oh my God, but my Aunt Susan worked really hard and she talked to all these people for 2 weeks and she didn't make any money.
I worked on my Mary Kay business for almost a year and I was still in the red. I made my money back in the first week of doing porn. And that was just as a cam model.
This is a relationship business, which goes back to why women are so good at it. Okay? And I will tell you, I never signed up for Get Rich Quick.
Ever.
I suck at sales. I suck at recruiting. I suck at leadership. I suck at all this stuff. But I feel like I've joined a personal development program with a compensation plan attached. And if I can become a better person, I will get paid for it. And what do you know? I go to Tony Robbins events, my whole entire world gets flipped upside down in 3 hours. I'm like, oh my God, right? I break through boards, which I had no idea how many limiting beliefs I had in my life, which was why I couldn't sell, which was why I couldn't recruit, which is why I couldn't lead, because I had so much childhood trauma around any of this stuff, all of this stuff, that I felt like I couldn't function.
Yeah.
And I literally broke through a board. And next thing you know, I'm like, whoa, I feel like I'm a little bit free. You don't get that in real life. You don't get that in a job.
No.
Right? I go to high level leadership training that my company paid for because I was a board director, right? A sloppy board director. This is like 8 years ago. I mean, I was a hot mess express. Like, oh my God. And I started learning about different leadership types. And I learned about personality types. And I learned how to talk to people. And I learned how to communicate. And I learned about charisma. And I learned how to talk to strangers. And I learned about habits. And I learned about all of this stuff. And then next thing you know, I applied it.
Yep.
So you know what, your Aunt Susan or whoever it was you said, yeah, you're damn right. She might have been throwing up on people for 2 straight weeks, barfing all over them with cold messages that somebody trained them on. I don't know who, I don't know why. Unsubscribe to that person, leave that team, good God. But anyway, I digress. Like, yeah, she might be doing a whole bunch of mess. Mm-hmm. But you have to understand, you have to elevate both sides of who you are. You can't just take a ton of action and not develop. And this side has to catch up with this side. You're only going to be able to build to the level in which you are developed. And every single version of who you are is going to require a totally different level of education. It's going to require a totally different level of personal development. And so people get mad that I join masterminds. And people get mad that I spend money on events. People get mad that I'm constantly, learning and growing and reading and teaching. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I do all of that because that's the only way I can elevate my income. It's the only way I can coach through different situations. The only way is if I go to an event and I learn leadership skills that have nothing to do with where I currently am, but I go, whoa, that's a skill set that's way out here. And then I'm able to say, hold on, let me beep, back it all the way up. So when I am there and that situation does happen, I go, Colleen, I got you. I have the solution to this. Hold on a second. Like, I know exactly what to say because I learned, because I spent the money on that course, because I grew. Nope. And hold on. Nobody gets mad when you join a job, which is what you do. You join the job. You accept the job. You join in every single job I had ever been part of. There was some kind of income requirement to go to work the first day.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, hello?
Yeah. Like, I'll take it all the way back to when I'm 13 years old and I got my first job. My first job was an ice cream shop. You cannot work without non-slip shoes. Non-slip shoes back then, I don't know if they're cheap right now, but back then they were like $80. And I was like, what the are these? The internet was like just coming of age because, you know, I'm freaking aging myself now, okay? But I'm like trying to Google to find some like discount shoes, these non-slip shoes. Y'all comment below. What are those shoes called? You know what I'm talking about, those non-slip shoes. Anyone in the restaurant business knows exactly what I'm talking about. Also, curious where everybody is watching from. I want to see where our viewers are.
Okay, not every job is like that. I started my job at Michael's and they didn't require me to pay for anything. Actually, pretty much every job I've had didn't require me to pay for anything. And honestly, get the non-slip shoes. And sometimes what you can do, depending on what your work is or how your boss is, your boss will lend you money towards you from your first paycheck to go purchase those things. I remember when I worked at a gas station, because our gas station was very big nationally wide, they had a deal going on with Mark's Work Warehouse. So we just brought in our little card saying that we worked and, you know, our little, you know, it's our deal. And we got like a percentage off our clothes. Like pretty much almost everything in Mark's Work Warehouse we would get a percentage off of, which was great. So would get like, my ex and I would get shoes and just, you know, I think we even got some stuff for Xavier. So, you know, not every job is that bad. Like, fuck. Like, I love how they always make, like, MLMs to be out, like, the corporate world to be out bad. Like, yeah, corporate world sucks. I mean, Joshua Fluke, go watch him. He's great. But the corporate world does suck.
So if you want to comment that below, I'd be curious to see. But, guys, those were so expensive. And luckily, that was, like, my only thing that I had to pay for.
Yeah.
Right? But then I got a job waiting tables, and I was like, oh, I have these special shoes that I can, you know, just take over to this restaurant. I worked at a pizza shop next. Mm-hmm. But then I had to buy the apron, and I had to buy the little book to put the stuff in. And then I had to do the training where you're following people around for $3 an hour, by the way. You were getting paid the $3.13 an hour or whatever. Okay, so don't talk to me about livable wages and non-livable wages. I'm here for it.
Where the hell paid so little? That sounds like you're getting a paycheck from the 90s in Canada. I mean, our wage is at $15 minimum, so yeah. I think when I started working, it was like $8.50 an hour. And I was like 14 when I got my first job.
Okay? I'm literally not here for it, okay?
Yeah.
Why is nobody talking about the money y'all spend on higher education? I don't even like calling it higher education because that is like, that I think is like a little bit classist. But like education.
Yeah, somebody just said $100K to become a nurse. Like...
And like, nobody calls that a scam. Nobody calls $2.13 an hour. My bad. I mean, I'm sorry. I was paying you too much. I was trying to pay you a fair wage. All right, like you go to college, even a community college, you're spending how much a year? You go to a full-time university, nobody even blinks an eye when you're actually celebrated in our society when you graduate from college and you have some of you hundreds of thousands of dollars out.
Okay, so yes, there are systemic issues with, you know, student loan systems and things like that. Just watch John Oliver. But okay, I would rather have nurses taking care of this. I'd rather have Richard, my favorite nurse, Richard. He is like the best ER nurse. I want him around to take care of this. And I want to make sure Richard's got some education on how to split things. And I'm pretty sure we would all rather have a nurse, doing, things. And what about, scholarships and other things? Don't get me started on all these ways you can pay. Checking out different universities, because not are all priced the same. I'm just, just saying. I mean, I think when I was looking at becoming a nurse, I wanted to be a nurse, and then I realized I really hated people. Like, it wasn't even that much. I think at most it was going to be like, I want to say it was $15,000 a year. I could be wrong. But for 2 years, it's $30,000 of student loans, to be an LP, a licensed practical nurse. And then you can take your LP and then transfer your course credits to the university, and then do another 2 years to become an RN. I was looking into that, but that was like years ago. But again, I don't think here in Canada the courses are that bad, but it's not bad to shop around at different universities for different tuitions. Okay? It's not bad. Where am I? There we go.
In debt, which I already talked about. You can't, it never gets deferred. Ever. You will die. Okay, and you know what you think? Oh, well, I'll just die with the debt. Okay, so now you've died. Now you're dead, and now your family accrues your debt.
Correct.
Because you thought you were doing the right thing and going and getting formal education.
Right.
What's wrong with formal education? To make sure you have a doctor to treat your injury. God damn bitches.
I know. But but then it's, but that's the whole, reason that conversation on my Instagram started a couple days ago. Because it was like, oh, well, the difference, because I had a post, it was like, CEO, VPs, this, it's a pyramid, right? And then somebody...
They don't like that one. They don't like that one, Colleen.
That hurts. That one. Trigger warning central. And they were like, well, the difference is, in our, we get benefits and cars and pensions and this. And I was like, hold the phone. You are coming from, privileged town USA or whatever, thinking that this is how the world works? $213 an hour, people pensions, cars, WTF are you talking about? People, with nurses, we're talking.
Night shifter at Michael's. I get a pension. There's a whole bunch of other benefits. Listen, they're going to talk about companies that really shafted their workers. I seen this, and I was a dumbass. Didn't, again, not screenshot it or anything. Dumbass me. But yeah. And all I had to think was, yeah, that's why I watched Joshua Fluke. That is why I woke up from corporate bullshit as well. And I work for me. Even though I work for a corporation, at the end of the day, I'm like, me first. Don't care.
Talking about how little they get paid. Teachers, people who actually impact lives, are getting paid nothing and had to pay $100K to get a degree. I saw somebody who was talking about, she didn't want me to say her actual profession, but she said working in the height of the pandemic, she's in chemistry and creation of things. She was given a wooden bowl as a thank you for working at the height of a bowl.
Again, I saw that one. And again, there's just shitty bosses out there everywhere. Corporate's no different. And sometimes you just get the shaft.
She's like, are you kidding me?
We can go to teachers for a second, actually. I don't know if it's is it your internet or my internet? I don't know who's...
Uh-oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I heard the wooden bowl comment, and I was giggling and a little bit stunned over here. The woman was too stunned to speak. Okay, wooden bowl. That threw me, actually. I was given socks, Natasha says. Your husband gets a ham every year.
Turkeys.
Yeah, we won't get into that conversation because I'll go straight back into shadow ban. But I hear you, healthy homemakers. I hear you. I see you. I validate you in your conversation there. We won't get into that. But like, none of it makes sense. Like, make it make sense. And pizza parties. Okay, so here's what bothers me. It pisses me off for the nurses.
Okay, I even actually mentioned this to my manager about the other manager, not like pulling his weight, but brings in donuts and coffee for everybody. I'm like, listen, you can't keep people around, with the occasional donuts and coffee. We've already lost so many workers because what's-his-face isn't pulling his weight and he's a manager. This is what I say to my own managers.
And it pisses me off for the teachers.
So pissed.
Here's why. Teachers, it really pisses me off because I remember specifically a chemistry teacher, speaking of, that I had in high school. And she was like this beautiful, gorgeous woman. And she was bartending every single night and then showing up at school. Because there was not enough money in the school system. She had to pay to put stuff in the classroom. And I was always like, what are you doing?
That's the thing.
And then I learned that's normal.
That's normal.
I didn't know. That's normal. Like, I learned that in high school when I asked her. She's like, all of us have second jobs. I'm like, all these teachers have second jobs? Yeah, like, we have to. We all wait tables and bartend. I'm like, what? And nurses are the same. So nurses, they work 12-hour shifts, literally saving lives, okay? Like, literally saving lives, 12-hour shifts. Losing their jobs if they don't abide by the government law. We'll just throw that out there, okay? Losing their jobs so they can't even save people's lives. And then on the days they have off, because they work usually like 3 12-hour shifts a week, 3 12-hour shifts a week, they're out there waiting tables. They're out there working at the Home Depot. They're out there bartending. They're like, the people that are supposed to be running the society that spend all this money to get
degrees and
to get degrees and everything, like, they got to pay for their own scrubs.
Yeah.
And you don't call that a scam. They have to pay for all this stuff, and we don't even look. They're working 12-hour shifts. Do you know how much money they spend on coffee? I'm not even kidding. Like, your nurses are all on freaking uppers, because not like illegal uppers, okay? They're all on uppers, like tons and tons and tons and tons of caffeine, because they're working 12-hour shifts and being underpaid.
Yeah. And people are mad at us because we're the scam artists. Like, these are like some of the most hardworking, amazing heroes, and they're not getting paid enough. And it's like,
they're doing this whole deflection thing, and it pisses me right the fuck off.
We're really the scam artists? Please. The stethoscope is $100. Are you freaking kidding me?
You're buying your stethoscope? See, now let me talk to you about a scam really fast. Okay? All right, let me talk to you about a scam. You have to buy your own stethoscope?
Apparently. I'm clearly not a medical professional, so I have no idea. That sounds legit. That's
sure enough. That's insane.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But I think this conversation has just been like, I'm looking at the comments now. So many nurses are MLMers. Like, licenses for nursing and teaching, so expensive. Like,
pay for that? Hold on! I'm getting educated. I'm about to. I need to go to the ER. I found a new pool to recruit from. Are you kidding me?
Scrubs, shoes, etc. to prescribe. We pay for a license. Had to buy my own stethoscope.
Your nursing license is $250 a year. So your annual fee, what you're telling me is your annual fee to be a nurse to save lives is $250?
Yeah, they need to pay for their licenses, and we get renewed every 2 years. Oh, people are like they're talking to us now. Insurance agent license costs, licensing, insurance. Yeah, so like, what the actual? But like, we talk about break, and I'm not, like, this is not. Nobody is shitting on any profession.
No.
Really?
We're talking about how it's. We think that's normal and okay. But there's also another option over here that's like not normal, and it's outside the box, and people are like, scam alert. Really? Oh, have to pay for CPR training. No, nursing and education hours. Nursing license is $600 a year. What?
Yeah, see, I didn't know that. So all of this boils down to the same thing, though, because if we go through their argument list, it's a couple of things. All right, one of the very first things I hear all the time is it's only the 1%. We already went through that. Okay, that's not an accurate statement because we don't know what success is. The other side of that, though, I will tell you is there's a 1% of literally everything. So if you're gonna have a hard time getting along with people that are the 1% in real estate, 1% in the world, 1% in whatever, you're just gonna have an issue with everything. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing I hear is about it preying on women. We've already debunked that as well. Okay, so all the rumors are untrue. Okay, so if I was Lizzo, that's what I would say today. Actually, we can do that. You guys can put common things in the chat because I don't want to forget any of these. You can drop some of the common things that you hear that you want us to kind of go over. The fees, I hear that you're paying to do whatever. We went through that. Claire, I had no idea it was $600 a year for some of these licenses to be a nurse. That's actual insanity. I'm not that great at math, so 600 divided by, I'm not even trying. That's a lot. Let's see. I don't even see.
I don't either.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to think of like excuses I hear all the time, but
I think we've debunked a lot. I think we've hit on some things and just shed light on the fact that like nobody is preying on anybody. Nobody's a victim of anything.
Oh wait, I'm gonna hit on that really fast.
What?
You guys, if you
What?
Everything in your life, I love y'all enough to tell you this. Everything in your life is a direct reflection of how you are living your life. And I know you don't want to hear that, and I know it upsets you, but your life looks the way your life looks because of choices you decided to make. So you cannot get mad at anybody for doing anything. Like, if somebody said, hey, there's a sale on a product, and you decided to take your credit card and run a credit card for an amount of income that you knew you shouldn't have been doing, you need to take responsibility for that. Okay? If you have spent an egregious amount of money on whatever, you have to understand you literally made that choice. Nobody, and I hate that, oh no, so they pressure you because you're vulnerable, you're a victim. What are you talking about? Because you're pushing people back into this victim mentality that they don't need to be in to begin with. Yeah, they need to be, and people just need to, no one needs victim mentality.
Okay, but what about the people who felt pressure to buy the inventory, just to find out afterwards that, they need to buy that amount of inventory in the first month so their upline could get a $100 bonus? I don't know. I kind of felt a little scammed by that. I think a lot of people, once they read something like that after they join, they're like, wow, she got a bonus off of me? And that's why her and her upline were on the same call trying to get me to spend $600 in product, which didn't sell.
To live in the victim mentality, and you want them to. Yeah. You feed off of this. Okay? It doesn't make any sense to me. And so take responsibility for your actions. If you were wildly successful in network marketing, like some people claim to be, I will promise you would have never left anyway. And not because of the money, but because of the person you would have actually developed into being. That's the honest to God truth. I've never met anybody who is successful at anything that sits around and talks consistently about people. And I've never met anybody who is successful who lives off of hate videos. Whether it's hating a profession, whether it's hating a person, whether it's hating a thing, a place, a whatever.
All of the
never. So when these people make the videos or they talk terrible about the profession or they say these are vulnerable people, they go after this, they go after that, you have to understand the responsibility and the accountability of what you have chosen to do with your life. I've made a choice, just like Colleen's made a choice, to be successful. Just like a lot of people in this profession have chosen to be successful. There is a whole lot of money in the network marketing space, a whole lot of people making supplemental income, part-time income, full-time income, and absolutely life-changing income. And I will tell you, just because it's not for you does not mean that it's not for everybody. Just like your jobs that some of you have are not for me. I'm a terrible employee. I absolutely deserve to be fired from the pathology lab when I was fired. I am not good at working for other people. I am great at working for myself. I am great at holding myself accountable for stuff. Okay? But the fact of the matter is the network marketing profession has unbelievable products, incredible services, and it provides an opportunity for the average person to have an unbelievably above average life. Unbelievable. I mean, I look at my life and how it has transformed, and I look more importantly at the people. I don't know why I'm not in front of my wall like I usually am, but I look at the people whose lives have shifted because I've had the opportunity to mentor them and coach them. Mm-hmm. And that is priceless.
Yep.
And just because you made the choice to quit, I'm not going to make a video about you.
Well, I got stuff to do.
I mean, why? You moved on. Like, I am happy for you if you're happy. The fascinating thing is your level of unhappiness is spewing everywhere. And I know I had a conversation with you in the DM earlier. It's like, I just don't think you understand how the internet works. Because the level in which the hate videos are made about me is a bit alarming. Like, it is very loud in the space right now. Yeah. And I was like, well, I know my numbers are up in my business. Because, I mean, I can see how many people I'm recruiting. I can see how much I'm selling. And I can see our team volume. So I see what's happening in my business. But I will tell you, I did not realize the popularity shift because of how much they can't stop talking about me. Mm-hmm. And so there's a rap song. And I put it in my little post to my story today. And it's like, I don't care what you say about me. Just keep talking.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of me. And the fact of the matter is, the amount of money you can make from monetizing YouTube will be nowhere near the amount of wealth accrued to the network marketing space. So while you think you are out there being Captain Save-A-Ho or whatever, okay, I just want to let you know I've taken it upon myself to turn as many people as humanly possible into 6 and 7 figures.
Captain Save-A-Ho, I wonder who they're talking about. I think she is Opus. That's Chelsea. Okay, Chelsea, goddamn it, if you are watching this video, I'm probably not. Anyway, somebody tell Chelsea she needs to, like, come out of a shirt that says Captain Save-A-Ho. That'd be so awesome. Little pirate thing. Totally can see her do that.
Your annual earners. So thank you for your help. I want to explain how SEO works. I want to explain how keyword search works. I want to explain how often you search stuff. I want to explain that when you hashtag BOSSLEE, I wore it today for them.
I know. It's so
when you hashtag BOSSLEE, when you type Jessie Lee in for clickbait on your YouTube videos, the next video in line tends to be mine. And they go to my page where I am also monetized. And the problem is when you make hate videos about Colleen, or you make hate videos about me, or you make hate videos about any other network marketers.
Yeah.
The problem is they splice our videos. So they take everything wildly out of context. And when YouTube,
this is not spliced, guys. This is not spliced.
When YouTube shows them my entire training video, people go, that was nothing like what I just watched when it was spliced up and chopped apart. And
no, she actually does have some really outrageous training videos. Go.
I like that BOSSLEE girl.
Correct.
So you keep on doing what you are doing, because I promise you, you are doing a service to Colleen. Her business, I mean, I've watched your business over the last few months. Her business is exploding. And I've watched my business. I've watched my podcast. I know they're making videos out of this. We guys, let me explain it like this. Do you think Colleen and I did not intentionally make sure we let everybody know hours before that this would be happening? Like, we're fully aware. They are our unpaid marketing, public relations, and advertising firm. And for those of you who are getting bullied right now by them, you have to have that mindset switch. You have to.
You know, that whole all publicity is good publicity bullshit. But we point out the stuff that's wrong with you.
Understand that they will make you. They will not break you. Mm-hmm. It is your choice to look at what they say. I've never watched a video. I've looked at some of their comment sections, and I'm like, ooh, what do you, child? I've never watched a single minute. No. No need. No need. But I promise.
The screenshots, like, oh my God, there's another one. I'm like, oh my God, that's so cute. Another one. That is so funny. Wow. And then my follower count goes up. My influences goes up. Like, account scene goes up. Guys, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all that you do for us.
I hope they don't delete their screen recordings now. Like, I hope they continue with their plan of attack. Because like they're gonna be on the defense at this point. I like it. It's like the count of viewers drops by like a couple people, and then it's too late. Like we already exposed you. But I'm just like, you know what? You have done more of a service to the network marketing profession than you realize. Because I am actually very grateful. I'm really, really grateful for the exposure and for the profession as a whole.
Yeah. And
what I mean by that is there's so much good. There is so much good going on.
There's so much evil underneath the good.
There is so much education going on. There are so many beautiful, beautiful stories of people who are succeeding. And that's just how it works. That's just how it works. And I've never met a hater doing better in any facet of my life. Never. And you will never meet a hater doing better than you.
Never.
People don't. How did I hear it the other day?
Yeah.
So this is how people are like punching from the bottom. Is what I wish I could give credit. Like, like, you look so ridiculous. Like, I don't want to come down there anyway, you little troll. Like, stay in your hole. What are you doing down there? You're not even a cute troll with a little treasure gem in your belly. Like, you're under the bridge troll. Go away. Like, quit punching from down there. Like, I'm up here doing my thing. Like, goodness gracious. Yeah. But anyway, they can't stop you. That's just a fact of the matter, and that just goes to the importance of the omnipresence of your social media platforms.
Mm-hmm. You know? So. Who's like, if it's one nasty comment from a troll on the internet, it's a nasty comment from your aunt, or you have people dedicating their free time to making videos about you. It really, when it comes down, you're showing up and you're doing things in the right way and you're furthering the network marketing profession, and that's really what we're here to do. So if you're on, thanks. If you're not, also thanks, because you're helping us out. So
yeah. Trust me, they are.
Well, I know we are busy ladies. Let's get on with our day.
Oh my God, that was like forever. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. How are you doing? Yeah. Click, like, subscribe, all those jazzes if you actually made it to the end.